Hi, welcome to Market Flow. I'm going to do a quick analysis on the most popular stocks of Wallstreetbets. As well, I'm going to take a look at the most popular YoLos that happened this week. So stick around for that. The analysis that I'm going to do is based on technical analysis, how I'm going to trade it, and the price action that I see. So I'm going to set some target prices here. If you think that I have maybe the wrong analysis, you can put it post in the comments below. If you think it's good, as well, like the video, subscribe, and let's go ahead and start. So right here on this side, we can see a change of sentiment from small caps to large caps. You can see names like Tesla, Apple, Amazon, Baba, Neo, Disney, Nvidia, AMD. So now we can see that there is more comments and talk about these large caps names. If we can see the losing hype within the 7 days, we can see those small caps that were being hyped quite a bit. And then now the ones that are gaining momentum are larger caps like Baba, Amazon, Apple, Tesla, Disney, and Walmart. So I'm not gonna go over these stocks, large caps, today, and the reason why it's because I already made a video about it. So if you like to see my analysis on those stocks, which I think they are going to have more momentum, I mean, as long as the markets are bullish, many of these large cap names are probably going to be a good play. So go ahead and watch my video. I'll put the link here on the top. Otherwise, right now I'm just going to go over through the small caps. AMC, currently RSI, it has negative momentum, so still downtrending. It looks like it broke an important support level right here, somewhere around 53. We can see that in the 1 hour chart right here. 52 was a good support level and it got broken at the end of the week. And last week I was pretty excited because we had this triangle right here. We were at the bottom of it, and I knew that there was going to be quite a bit of momentum for the bulls to try to break the upside. However, they found a lot of resistance right here, a lot of sellers, short sellers, and they pushed the price all the way below current support. So right now I can see that they're trying to do an oversold bounce. The oversold bounce can come all the way back to the apex and then see how that goes. So BlackBerry, right now it's in a downtrend as well. It has this falling wedge that we can see more clear here in the 1 hour chart. And I think last week I was excited because again I was looking for an oversold bounce to break above the wedge, but it didn't break above the wedge, so we're still trading above it. It looking like it's getting a little bit of a higher low, could be a good sign again. So I'm still looking to see a break above this wedge to get a little bit of momentum to the upside. Next support level will be somewhere around 11. This level coincides with the downtrend and the 50 moving average, and if we look at it a little bit wider, you can see that there used to be resistance at this level, and now it should be support. CLF right now is looking very good. It finished the week higher than last week. As you can see, it came back, it made a higher low. That's a good signal for the bulls, and then it made a higher high. So this is good. It's uptrending, at least for the short term right here. And if you see this pattern right here, this is like an W, and it looks like it broke out of it. So if that is the case, my target right now it's for 23.60, maybe 24. So yeah, still looking pretty good. It's probably gonna have maybe a run towards earnings. Earnings is in 2 weeks. So yeah, right now Clean Energy is trying to reverse. As you can see, it broke the downtrend right here, and it's trying to find a bottom. So right now it's hitting some of the support levels. It's looking like the 50 moving average is gonna act like a good support, and as you see, all these indicators are getting a little bit oversold, so there can be an oversold bounce soon. The main goal to look bullish again is to regain control of the 20 moving average, moving above the 20 moving average, and then eventually above 12.25. I think that would be the best case scenario. To the downside, the support levels that I see is 9.20. This is a point where there were buyers right here and right here, and if that doesn't happen, I think $8 could be at the bottom. That will complete sort of like an ABC correction and probably create a double bottom for the stock. So right now Clover, it's a downtrend, it's correcting, it's trying to find a bottom. If you look at the RSI has slowed down the momentum that it had to the downside. Nonetheless, it's still in a correction mode. If we look at the 1 hour chart right now, one thing to notice is that it did find a little bit of support on Friday right above previous bottom, so it's creating a lower high. That's a good sign. And then the momentum right now, short term, it looks like it's about to bounce, maybe trying to regain 1260, or at least to this point. It's important for the bulls to regain control of this level and then eventually starts moving higher, and then it could be a W pattern, which is a reverse pattern and a very bullish pattern, but we still have a lot of work to get there. Now if that doesn't happen, if for some reason we lose 1120, the next level that I have is 1030, which is the same. It's a 50 moving average right here. I think there's going to be plenty of buyers right here. And then one more thing here to mention is the Wall Street psychology map. I've used it quite a bit to find bottoms on stocks that are downtrending, and you can see all the tricks that happen when the stock is bottoming. And usually this is where people start getting angry and depression, and you see that all over Reddit about these meme stocks and regretting getting into it. However, if stocks have strong fundamentals, that eventually are going to bounce. But that's pretty much what I see right now. If we look at it in the past, just so you have an idea of what it was looking here when it was bottoming in the past, you can see that it hit, I'll probably take this one out. You can see right here that it hit levels of 630 the first time, and then there were a lot of buyers at this level about the 7 previously, and then it created a higher high, came back all the way to 620, creating a double bottom, and then from there it took off. So it looked more like this right here, and then from there it took off. And then you can see that maybe this part right here was this one. So this is in the previous bottoming. So we had this a lot of days selling, making people think that the stock was pretty much gonna dump, and then eventually it starts uptrending pretty fast. But as you can see, that's pretty much how the bottoming looks like. It's a period of consolidation, and it pretty much play a psychology game. I think we're pretty close to that right now, especially since we're just above the level where it broke off. So it's probably going to have a lot of consolidation right here, a lot of psychology games, and then eventually, if the fundamentals of the company are strong enough, it's going to bounce. So those are my thoughts right here for Clover. So GameStop right now is still in a downturn as well, trying to find a bottom. As you see, the RSI is still looking in a downtrend, but it has found quite a bit of buyers at this level right here, about 186. You can see that right there, how all these wedges have been bought. Today it closed below the 50-minute average. That's not a good sign, and as I say before, if for some reason this is an A, B, C, then we can probably see it coming all the way to the bottom part of this range right here. That would be the worst case scenario. However, there is quite a bit of support in between those levels. The next support level that I see is 190, and then from here hopefully it just starts moving sideways, trying to build momentum eventually to make another leg higher. So Palantir right now, it's a little bit of a correction as well, more like a pullback. We tagged last video that 2730, 2740 was going to be a strong resistance levels. We saw a lot of sellers at that particular point, and right now it went all the way to 2440, which I think there is going to be plenty of buyers, plenty of supports right here. Used to be resistance, now it should be support. I can see a bounce from here, And as you see right now in all the indicators that I have short term, they look oversold, which means I think within the next few days we have to see an oversold bounce. If it starts making higher highs from then we're gonna find out that maybe that was the bottom and it's about to make another impulsive move to the upside. However, if it doesn't break the height, it can probably come back to either this point or to a lower point, to the 50 moving average, and consolidate a little bit more. So those are my thoughts here. So right now, PSFE, it broke out, it came back, filled the gap. It looks like it found a little bit of buyers right here. That was a good close for the week. You can see the uptrend of the RSI making higher highs, higher lows. This is good. This is a good sign of a reversal. If we look at it in the 1 hour chart, short term, it looks like RSI and other indicators are getting oversold. So there's going to be at least an overbought, oversold bounce. And right here on this side that we looked last week, you can see that it's doing a back test of the breakout level. This is where a lot of institutions or traders start getting in for a possible bounce. And then if we look at it financially, I mean, sales to price ratio, it's about 6. It's not horrible. It's fine, and it has a 4P of 61. So somehow they're gonna start making money for the future, which is good for a company like this. My only concern that I saw and I wanted to point out is they didn't grow very much from one year to the other. Their growth is very small, as you can see. Revenue growth wasn't that much, but maybe that changes this year, and then that's going to cause the stock to bounce. So Root right now it's in a correction mode as well. You can see that it broke above this wedge. It did a double bottom or double top, I guess, right here, and then right now it's breaking down to the downside. It was very important for Root to hold this level right here of 1030 to look bullish. However, as soon as that broke, you can see these very red candles breaking the 50 moving average, still going on a downtrend. No signs of reversals coming up soon. And one thing that I want to show you right here is the psychology map. So right now, my thought is that it just did this part right here. It did this bounce all the way down here, and it's probably going to start down trending all the way to find a bottom. So this is what I see right now on Root. I really wanted to play it to the upside, but right now it's downtrending. My next target point, if this is an A, B, C, and it's just downtrending for some days, is about 720. And short term Root, it can have like this oversold bounce, gets rejected from resistance and so on, and then it just keeps going like that, just a little bit like it looks right here in the map, all the way until it finds a pretty good support level. So right now, yes, short term I can see a rebound all the way to the support level 1040. It is important for it to recapture and then starts looking bullish again, but for the short term, that's what I see. Long term, I think it's still downtrending. SOFI right now, it looks like it's getting into a support level. You see there's buyers right here, buyers right here. I think that it's about to do a bounce in the short term. Indicators, RSI looks oversold, and I think there's going to be opportunity to go all the way to 19. If I was looking at the max pain for next week right here, and max pain is 19, so it's almost in the favor of market makers to get it there. There's more puts than there are in calls for next week as far as this goes. And then from the week after that, for the 16, max pain is 20. And so again, I think it's on the interest of market makers to get it a little bit higher within the next few weeks. The space right now, we talked about it last week. We said that it looked very strong. It needed to get above 60 in order to look bullish, otherwise it was gonna fall. And then last time it bounced, which was pretty good. It got sold off right away. That's a bearish signal, a bearish sentiment. So the stock is not looking strong at this point anymore. And next support level that I see, it's somewhere around 40, 38. and then there's going to be a little bit of support right here, as we can see. So that's what I see right now. It's probably going to start going in a correction mode soon. If I look at the max pain for next week, it's 43, and then if I look at it for the week after that, it's 35. So there's a lot of options that were bought out of the money, and it is within the interest of the market maker to burn those. So TLRY right now, it's right in the middle of the range right here, and it found a little bit of support at the 50 moving average. So short term, I can see it bouncing and it starts making higher highs. There's going to be a really positive sign for the bulls. It's going to look like an inverse head and shoulders. Once it gets above 1960, I think that's the best level for the bulls. I can see it going all the way to 26. If that's not the case, if this is like an ABC, then it's probably going to go all the way to 1250. So wish right now it's at support level, I will say it. Somewhere down here there used to be buyers right here, buyers right here. So it is important for wish to hold this level. If it does, then it's going to look like an inverse head and shoulders. It can go above 15. That is going to be a good level for a lot of buyers and momentum. So far that is what I see. There's definitely going to be an oversold bounce after all these red days right here, an oversold bounce. Perhaps 1370 at least, trying to backtest this part, and then the bullish signal is going to be breaking above 15. That's probably, and closing above it, I think that's where a lot of momentum is going to come. Otherwise it's probably going to continue correcting, and then the next support level is about 8. So that's it. Okay, last, workhorse. So workhorse is within this range right now. I actually put a alert right here. If it breaks above 1960, I think this is going to be a signal for a lot of buyers momentum that it's about to start uptrending. As you can see, this looks like an inverse head and shoulders, and then once that breaks, there's going to be a lot of upside. First target will be 25, but other than that, there's a gap right here. There's a support level at 1150, and then worst case scenario 880. I think those are the levels that I'm looking in case it starts downtrending. I believe there's court news that they're waiting for, so depending on what happens there, that's going to determine where the stock is going to go. So probably just going to trade within this range for some time meanwhile, but I can expect a little bit of a bounce from this level, not sell right away. It's probably oversold in the short term, so consolidate, maybe a little bit of a bounce if it starts downtrending. Okay, so at this point I'm gonna do a quick review of some of the YoLos that happened this week. Some are popular, some are not. I picked them because I think they're interesting to me. The first one is this one, AVIR, goes by penny stock of the day. And the one thing here that I found is that it is bottoming right now. So this is risk to reward. It looks good, but there's 2 or 3 things that I found very interesting about this company. I don't know much about it, but it sounds like a very good investment in my opinion based on forward P. Look at this, forward P 2. Even though right now it's a 92, they are projecting huge growth in revenue within the next and growth in revenue within the next year or so. Profit margin 20%, very good. And then if you see right here, previous analysts have target of 60 and 50. So I'm gonna put this one personally on my watch list. It was not on my radar, but as soon as I saw this guy making this bet, it made me think that it's probably good to put it on my watch list. Next one goes here for this one. It's a little diversified, a few call options, but the one that make the most money is Space right here and XBEV. So he made about $150,000 just on this ones, but in total he turned 53 into 300k in his name goes this name right here. Next one, CLF, he YoLo about 146. He's currently above 10%, so that is looking pretty good, and his name goes by the Force Next one, Wish. So this one, he had call options 2 weeks from now, and it looks like he's negative about 40%. So this is the username. Next one, SOFI. I like the stock, and so this one is shares, 4,800 shares, currently down 8%. So long breath, favorite number 8216. Next, UXIN. So this is a company that has news with NEO. So he currently position is $25,000, and I think he's expecting it to jump quite a bit after the news. CLOV, 650k YoLo, average price 1167. So it's looking for a good bounce right here. Next one, WBA, time to profit on the overreaction, exit with 30% profit easy. Okay, so he's looking for an oversell bounce and about $180,000. Okay, so I wanted to look at this stock right here, WBA, and I think it's Walgreens. So if Walgreens had a huge candle like this, and yes, it does look like it is in the oversold area for the RSI. Last time it was at this level. It had a pretty good run, you see. My main concern here with this stock is the following. I mean, it's good and bad. One, it's been, ever since 2015, it's been on a downtrend right here, right? It hasn't break out. There was one time where it tried to break out and then it was quickly pulled back. Now you can think about it. Every time it gets to this level, there's a few days very red candles, just like this one. You see that right there? You see that right here? You see that right there? You see that right there? So I will be a little bit careful. Even though right here it's on the oversold area, it kept going. Right here is the same thing. It was on the oversold. It did a oversold bounce, but then it kept downtrending. So anyway, if it breaks this area right here, because it can be an inverse head and shoulders, it can break out this level. I have a target of 76, but that's what I see right now. I really have a little bit of my doubts because to me the best case scenario for Walgreens is to do a breakout back test and then see it come out like that. But maybe I already did that right here, not sure. Anyway, going back to the last one, CLNE Clean Energy. So he bought another 70k below $10, and there's supposed to be a buy-in from Amazon at $13.50. So there it is right here. This is his position, 22,000 shares. Average goes about $10.60. There you go. So yeah, he's down a little bit here, and then he's down here a little bit more. Now something to keep in mind, I didn't review this when I was doing clean energy, but I noticed it after I saw this YoLo. If you go here to clean energy, the chart is trying to reverse, right? It's trying to reverse. That's good. But look at this, the forward PE is 250. That doesn't sound very good, very promising. Margins, profit margins are not that great. And again, I mean, technically it looks like it can bounce from here, but the one thing here, there is unusual option activity, a large put for $9, so it's currently sitting about 10, so they're expecting a little bit more down. This is the thing that worried me a little bit. So from 2019 to 2020, maybe I'm missing something here, and it's okay, you can put it in the comments below. The sales went down. This is a red flag, so the company is not growing. Probably the biggest flag here that I saw, and maybe this has been happening for some time, lots of insider sellings ever since May, maybe April. So it's $8 million, $8 million, $12 million. So there's a lot of insiders selling. CFO. So the CFO has been selling quite a bit. No, not that much. But there's an investor right here getting out fast. So that's just a few flags here. I don't know. I mean, maybe there is something I don't know about the company. It's probably gonna do very well in the future, and I'm missing it. Otherwise than that, thank you for watching. Let me know which one is your favorite stock from here. Which one are you bullish? And then which one is your favorite YoLo as well. Thank you for watching and have a good evening.